Sterling yen. What a rally. What a rally. What a wild market we got going. We got the Bank of England that cut rates and sterling takes off. You know why? Because they wanted to buy the footsie. That's why. So I am very, very suspect of this rally right now. I'm not going to stand in front of a freight train. That is for sure. Sterling yen right now trading right around 197.80. Okay, so we had the breakout that we said that occurred at 196.68. I said for all you sterling yen bulls, look at this level, 196.11, as a level to hold to take us back up. Now, where I think that the ultimate top was, I think it's still sitting there long term at 199, the figure. However, if we look in this little area right here, let me get a box going. Let's get a box over. That's an important level. Can't just disregard that. Let's put a rectangle around this section right here. That's an important point for sterling yen to get through if it's going to continue to rally upward. Why? This is all congestion. Okay, this was actually a market basically that was just resetting for the break back down lower. So it's an important point on the chart, and we have to always pay attention to what happened in the past because the past is sometimes prologue. So we had this. Actually, I should have used array, not so much that, but we had that point, and then we had the breakout. All right. So classic consolidation phase before the breakdown. So that's an important level to look at for resistance, sitting right here, like 197.97. All right. So as it stands right now, the critical price that we have to get if the hold above today is 197 like 40. I'm gonna put up a level right there. 197. Let me get it right. 197, 197, 42. Okay, if that's close enough. Look how we came down to it, touched it. So in order for it really to show any type of strength to continue upward towards this top right here of 198.20, it's got to hold this level. So I'm not touching sterling yen right now. I'm actually waiting to see, give it a little bit more time to develop. Let's see really where the big boys want to take it. I'm thinking they're going to do a head fake up here. They're going to drive it and then they're going to sell it because really the British economy overall is nowhere near as resilient as the Japanese economy. I'll always look to buy yen against the pound. But that's a bias. But I'm just waiting. So, if it breaks this level here, I would take a short on it. If it breaks like 147, say 40, I would take a short on it right there, and I would look for it to come back to 196, like say 70, potentially even back down to 196.13. But it's nowhere near that right now. And I'm not gonna, like I said, stand in front of a freight train. So I'll be just watching it closely. If we come over to sterling dollar, this is an interesting breakout that we had, right? I said yesterday, cable could not sustain rallies. And okay, so now it's sustained again, but really it's still, it's not like rocketing because if we take the US dollar index, we put cable in here. All right, well, we're seeing the US dollar index is starting to crawl up. Cable reached a high point on the 6-hour chart right here at what, 134.36. It did hit 135. It didn't break 135. It didn't break like 135 and a half. It's still a laggard, but it did rally, and it was a very strange couple of trading days before. And I'm going to get into dollar yen in a second because yesterday, I mean, I thought cable upward a little bit. I was long the day before. It basically got out at break even. I was like, this thing sucks, as always, and of course, I was a little bit too early to escape the trade, but I went short dollar yen yesterday. I'll talk about that. So right now, as it stands, 134, what? 134.36. We got to hold. I'm gonna hold 133.80. I'm gonna go, okay, so 133. Let's move this level up. 133.81. It's got to hold this level. If it turns down from this level, I'm selling the shit. Definitely. Um, And I'll put a stop, somewhere probably like over here, 134, say maybe 134.50, something like that. But if it continues upward, okay. Okay. So the most critical price you got today, if you're a sterling bull, you need to hold 133.80, 85, 80, 85. Okay. Let's move over to good old dollar yen. All right. Here we are in dollar yen. Oops. I had it right. Actually, at 146.92, something like that. Fine, close enough. All right, yesterday, we go over the trade yesterday. We were sitting right here. I said, I will take a short at like 147, say 40, 35, 40, which I did. I said one third. I said also that I'd be selling like 50s, which I did. And I sold my last piece at like 58 with a stop loss at 134.84, like the top over here. Market came down, came down. I was looking for 146.92. I didn't get it. I did get them back at 147.06. So the plan worked out really well. I had to be patient with it. I mean, it was a slow go. It was holding, 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 and finally broke down. Now, here it was. I thought that when I scooped down here, I said, "Hey, look at that. I'm a genius." But look what happened. It fell back down again. But it did go a little bit higher. It didn't wouldn't have went by my stop. But I'm a short-term trader. I'm not looking. I enjoy the party. I danced near the door. That was a great trade. Called it. For you guys yesterday. Hopefully you were paying attention, and you can actually leave a comment and say, "Yeah, I saw that, and I took that, and I made some money off of it." So right now, as it stands, dollar yen is resistance at 147.52. Actually, the true resistance has now moved up to, I'm going to say, hmm, I'm going to use that right there. There's not much of a difference. I'm using this this like high bars close. I go back and forth between high bar closes and low bar closes, but really because of this here, I'm looking at this as a resistance. Now, as it stands right now, dollar yen went up to 54. Mm, The main support right now is 147, the figure. So I'm gonna pull this down, pull this down to 147, the figure, which is way down. That's close enough. So we got two levels. We're going to bring this down to the low bars close right there. All right. So in order for it to continue up to try to get to 148, the figure, it needs to hold this. So if you haven't gotten long dollar yen, um, I'd be in a holding pattern. I'd be waiting to see like what happens up in this area. If it gets rejected down and comes back down to the figure, I would suggest that you can potentially buy it. Now, I already did. Okay. I bought 147.06s and I just sold them at 147. I sold a piece at 140. Okay. I bought 147.06. I had a stop loss at 146.92. And then I just sold a piece at 147.22 and I sold the rest at 147.50 because I think we're up by resistance. And you know what? I made 3R on the trade. So I took it, and I'll have a new look. If I'm wrong, can always get back in. I'm not worried about that. All right. So that's your level of support right now, 147, the figure. Resistance is really at 147, say 60. All right. Let's move over to good old euro yen. This one, if we look at it, this is 8-hour chart, which is good to look at because look, we had a top here. Now we have a lower top. So something's going on in the euro dollar versus the yen. All right. So far we made the high. What was it? 172.40. Okay. We only been able to get up to 172.17. Okay. So right now, as it stands, hmm, what did we go down to? 169.82. Oof, remember that? 169.72. 169. So where are we right now? We're at 170, 133. Shit. Hang on one second. Let me see something here. New resistance for it is 171.72. By now we're tracking down to the 171.13 level. I don't know. I might sell it. I don't know. I'm gonna take a deeper look at it. But right now, I wasn't on my game because I was trading dollar yen. I should have saw that and sold 171, say 69s. It's at 40 right now. I would put my stop at entry and see what happens because I think that it's drifting down to 171.13. Now, if it breaks that on the short term, we're looking at 170.70. All right, so this is the point it's got to recover over the 170. Okay, it's got to get back over that, and then it's got to take out the top right here at 172.20, and it's got resistance at 172, say 40. If it could do that, it's going to be trading back up into here like 172.80, 172.90. So right now it's soft because it broke the support that has now turned into resistance. Right, so that's what I got going on for you guys. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. In the description, you can get yourself a free video and ebook. Can't beat the price. And remember, always, 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 a short-term trader, enjoy the party, dance near the door. Cheers.